going on, everybody? Welcome to the new Comic Book Day show for October 7th. That's right, we are here. It's myself. We got Travis hanging out tonight. And we want to make sure you guys know before you go to the shops this week, because yes, there's some very interesting books. I think there's one, two, maybe three, maybe four, dude, that are actually some very good books that I can't wait to pick up this week. It's been an interesting couple of hours. Travis, you and I have been bonding outside of comics. It's been sports and sports and sports. We just finished 2 hockey pools together. You also created a T-shirt last night. So you and I, man, there's a division now happening. There's a division.
Yes.
There's a rivalry.
Yes. Yeah. There's there and when he says bonding, he doesn't mean like bonding like we're growing closer. It's bonding in the opposite direction. It's war. Apparently, I have started a war. No, yeah, that was a fun time last night. I've still got it here somewhere. It's laying around here. It's not going anywhere.
Put it in the wash. Put it in the trash. Put it wherever you want, except for on you while we're here. But yeah, no, I love the T-shirt. By the way, I know I joke about it, but it was really funny. Yeah, man. So a lot to talk about for New Comic Book Day. As I said, on the sports side, dear Lord, it is loaded, man. Baseball, there's hockey, football, everything's back, so that feels good on that side. But now on the comic side, there's a lot of new stuff that we need to dive into for today because, yes, I am super pumped for this week's New Comic Book Day. And, yeah, lots and lots to dive into. So, with that being said, Travis, are you ready to get into it?
Let's get it.
Oh, all right. So the first book on tonight's list is actually Amazing Spider-Man Torn #1. This being the main cover. It's going to be a new miniseries set during college years. And here we're also going to get the first appearance of Evangeline. Now, if you're wondering what Evangeline looks like, well, here you go. You also have the Perez variant that's coming out this week, where you have also the first cover appearance of Evangeline. So that's pretty cool.
It looks like the art right here reminds me of gargoyles.
Dude, I swear to God, I was thinking the exact same thing.
It looks like gargoyles. So aside from the gargoyles love for all the '90s kids, all the '90s kids in the chat, I'm really excited about this. Admittedly haven't been as up on Spider-Man in the last couple of years as I used to be, other than Ultimate Spider-Man, obviously. But I like the idea of a miniseries. We get J. Michael Straczynski back on here, and we were just talking about Straczynski last night about how good his run was for ASM, and so it's kind of fun that we're getting this new little miniseries. And oh my God, I had not seen these yet. Holy crap!
Yep, this is also here, my friend. We also have, check the Muppets covers that are still coming out. We have Amazing Spider-Man Torn #1 to the left-hand side with a nice little homage to AF-15, of course. And who do we got in the Spidey costume? Miss Piggy. That's a bit whack. Totally wild. and you got Kermit just hanging around there. To the right-hand side, there are more Muppet variants as well coming out this week. And just want to give a nod to Spider-Man and Wolverine issue #6. That one being a Greg Land cover as well. I love it because, with the... listen, these spoons haunt me. Simply because every Italian kid has been hit with that. Even if their mother is making the sauce on a Sunday, you will get hit with sauce on it or not if you're out of line. That's just how it works. So that one... that one scares me a little bit, PTSD, but the covers are really cool.
The Swedish Chef cover is the greatest thing I've ever seen. Oh my God. Oh man, this is a problem. These are so good. We talked about the Silver Surfer homage last week, and these things are just so good. I mean, this is the kind of everybody has that take my money thing. This for me is the take my money thing. Like the Muppets are I grew up watching the Muppets religiously, and this is Swedish Chef is just This is perfect. I'm in love with these covers.
It's one of the sweetest covers right there. Yeah, a little PTSD on my end, but regardless, the Muppet covers are there. As I said, first appearance and the first cover of Evangeline on Amazing Spider-Man 4 #1. This one being the Perez variant, and of course we have the cover A, which is an amazing Adam Hughes cover as well. So if you're a fan of Hughes, if you're a fan of Spidey, oh, you're being spoiled. You got this nice Perez cover as well, and yes, the Muppets. You're picking these up. I feel like you are.
Oh, absolutely. Plus, I mean, like, I even forgot to mention on the cover A that Adam Hughes, like you just mentioned it. We got Adam Hughes cover art. Like,
Yeah.
bro,
Yeah.
it's freaking Adam Hughes. It looks fantastic.
Yeah, I ain't
Or
complaining.
amazing is probably a better word.
Yeah, fair. But it is nice to see Adam Hughes doing covers as such, especially a Spidey cover. He's, we have the Black Cat stuff as well that's just been recently coming out. So yeah, man, this is it's hard to pick the covers. Nice covers for sure. You got a first cover appearance on one. You got the Muppets on the other. Beautiful Adam Hughes cover. So we're eating good when it comes to this one. But let's move on from Amazing Spider-Man Tour #1. Yes, you all remember Ketema. Apparently, the pronunciation is Ketoma. If you guys read, the first issue, you know what I'm referring to. There was a pronunciation section right there. But Marvel Knights, The World to Come, issue #3, this being the main cover, is coming out this week. We have the origin continued of Ketoma. And, dude, you remember, man, when this character dropped, the Marvel Knights stuff, I was really excited to see Marvel Knights making its way back. And it continues to make its way. There's going to be more talk about that a little later on. But, yes, the first appearance absolutely generated buzz. People were freaking out. Like totally freaking out, and now we're going to get a little more regarding the character with the origin story that is continued in this one.
Yeah, this book popped. I mean, it was the first issue, I believe, really popped, and it continues to be a popular title. It's one that I've actually picked up and had fun reading. And just different take, and I love it, and I think it's going to be fun. And who can argue with Joe Quesada? I mean, the dude, it's fantastic. I've never turned down Joe Quesada ever.
Yep, the White Panther, the Canadian one as well, is on on the show tonight. But yes, again, the buzz was all over the place, man. People were just going nuts for it. I remember it being on the top 10 for quite a few weeks, and here we are now with the origin continued. So if you guys do want to know more, of course, you can definitely pick this one up this week. Moving on, though, there's also some other covers for this one. We've got the J. Scott Campbell variant that is coming out. Yes, Black Panther being on the cover, also available in a 1 in 100 incentive. So if you're not a fan of the trade, you want to pick yourself up the Virgin, you have that option as well. Personally, I'm a trade guy, and that's also because I'm a cheap guy. I don't want to spend too much coin, but hey, there's nothing wrong with doing that.
There's something to be said about that. There is something to be said about that. Why? I have bought many a Virgin cover and then forgotten what book it was.
Yes.
So it's better for me to just be able to see it than have to take it out of the bag.
Yeah, absolutely, dude. It's way better that way. But yeah, I love the J. Scott Campbell covers that have been coming out, man. They've been absolutely great, and great work here with the Black Panther one as well. So I like this one.
Yeah, this is a great
definitely needs more boobs at all times.
This is a great JSC cover, though. I mean, like I said, we're used to seeing the voluptuous JSC covers, but this is cool. I like this. It's kind of a change of pace.
There's been some interesting ones. I will be honest. Like on the male side, we're all used to seeing J. Scott Campbell drawing females as beautiful as possible, but there were some where I was like, okay, that's an interesting stance for, let's say, Daredevil or whatever. But yeah, it works, and people like them, including myself. So yeah, this is really neat to see coming out this week. Up next, though, check this version, at least, of a character that we're going to be getting. We got Laura Kinney, Sabretooth issue #1. This one being the main cover. We're getting the introduction of Age of Revelation, Laura Kinney as Sabretooth, which is a neat little twist here regarding Laura Kinney. I say this all the time. On the side of the Age of Revelation stuff, personally, I'm not up to date. It's hard to keep up because there's a lot of stuff happening at once, right? But I think of everything and these versions of these characters that we've seen. The Wolverine one, the whole Angel of Death or whatever it was.
Right.
That one absolutely, I think, was very interesting to see, and I think has staying power. And I would think the same about this one.
The costume, the costume is fantastic. I love it. Like, when I first saw this, I thought it was like, oh my god, this is fantastic. This is kind of a a throwback to the '90s X-Men Sabretooth costume. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I love it. I think it's great. So very interesting. Like you said, a lot to keep up with right now with what they're doing with some of these characters. Um, but yeah, this is cool. This is a nice little kind of a different take on this, and I love that kind of throwback outfit. A little bit different because it's a female, so it's kind of a different look, but it's very 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 cool.
Yep. I dig. I dig. But yes, Laura Kinney Sabretooth number one comes out this week. This one here is the main cover, or some other cool covers available as well. I spoke Marvel Knights, and I said we would talk about more Marvel Knights stuff. And yes, Punisher number one of Marvel Knights. Um, we have the main cover here, dude. All new Punisher series set in the Marvel Knights world to come future, and the Dan Panosian cover alone, this one being the main cover, for me is worth the price of admission. But of course, I cannot wait to see this unfold. Dan Panosian is doing the art as well. Let's go. This I'm pumped for.
Yeah, interiors from Panosian. I mean, this is cool. I mean, uh, I haven't picked up a Punisher book in a while, and I'm definitely this is one that I'm keeping on the list. Jimmy Palmiotti. If you've never read Jimmy Palm, I'm sure everybody at some point has read something from Jimmy Palmiotti. Great writer, and pairing him up with somebody like Panosian to do the interior as well. This is a cool. This one's going to be a fun ride, I think. And this main cover A is just everything about it works. It just works. It pops everywhere.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I really like the cover A. Again, there's more covers that are available this week. And yes, man, I agree with Gabe saying that. Looking forward to this Punisher book. Palmiotti is a underappreciated, top quality writer, man. And I agree, dude. Lots of Harley Quinn stuff, Punisher stuff from back in the day. Man, what else? I didn't read any. Oh, I think he's on Popkill, if I'm not mistaken.
You might be right.
Yeah, dude, I think he's on Popkill. I got to double check that, guys.
I know he's writing a current book, and I know it wasn't one of the major. It wasn't one of the big two. So you might be right. I think it is. It might be Popkill.
Yeah, we'll check later.
He's incredible. He's a fantastic writer. I absolutely love him, and just like Gabe said, I absolutely echo what Gabe said here. Very underrated, very top quality writer.
Yep. I can't wait to pick this up and give it a read. But yes, Marvel Knights Punisher number one is coming out this week. A very interesting book as well that comes out this week is Red Book number one. This is a cover A that we are seeing here. And it's a new series that investigates the history of UFOs in the communist countries. Tynion, of course, being behind this one. And we all know how he does when it comes to writing, dude. In my opinion, he doesn't disappoint. So I'm excited to pick this up. This is a very interesting concept of a book.
Yeah, so this is actually a concept built off of another concept. So I believe it was last year, Tynion released under Dark Horse as well a book called Blue Book, which also investigates UFOs and alien kind of occurrences. But now we're getting Red Book, which is obviously going to focus on the history of UFOs in communist countries. So if you didn't pick up Blue Book when it came out, it's still pretty I think pretty attainable. I haven't seen it in a while. I did pick up a couple copies. I read it. It was a lot of fun. It was a cool book. So interesting. I actually didn't know about this until we were going through these slides today. I missed this. So I'm really excited about picking this up because I did enjoy Blue Book quite a bit. So just about anything with Tynion is worth reading. This is definitely a pickup for me personally this week.
Yeah, man, I love. Look, you got Ethan here in the chat talking about Blue Book as well. Cosmic One, what about the history of UFOs in Canada, Lando? Yeah, I don't know, man. It wouldn't surprise me if we have UFOs somewhere in the mountains here. That this is probably their docking station or something.
Yeah, UFOs in Banff.
Yeah, probably. But anyways, yes, Red Book #1 comes out this week, which I'm really interested in reading. Moving on, though, guys, the Mark Spears covers are coming out every single week, and here we have this amazing Harley Quinn and Elvira #1 by Mark Spears. It's so fun to see Mark Spears doing these characters and to see these characters in general crossing over. The only thing, like I said, I can't wait to see what the actual print looks like on this. For some reason, it bothers me is that it says Harley Quinn above Elvira and it says Elvira above Harley Quinn. I hope that's not the case at the print, but that's just a small technical thing that I'm looking at because I'm weird like that. But there's more than enough on this cover to distract me, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, like the Dynamite DC logo right underneath it. That's super distracting.
You're spot on. You're spot
Jimmy,
on.
Hey, Jimmy Palmiotti, right back here again, right? So hey, there's some more Jimmy Palmiotti love tonight. Yeah, this is cool. Excited for Mark to roll these to roll this cover out. I mean, this is definitely a neat cover selection. I know this book's going to be popular. This is going to be one of those that I have to. That's great, Gabe. This is going to be one of those that I have to kind of. I know everybody has this when they're at the comic shop, right? You've got your stack of books, right? Like the books that you don't have on pull, right? And you're holding them, and you get up to the front, and you start being like, "Ooh, this is a heavy stack." Like maybe a couple. This unfortunately might be one that I'm waffling on. I'm 50-50 on. I just have to see what the rest of the order brings here, but it is very cool.
It's funny you say that because yes, that happens to me at the shop as well. But even when I'm ordering online, I was telling you last night after we finished the top 10 show, I was doing my FOC while we were chilling backstage, and I'm like, dude, like I need to trim some fat here. Like I'm why am I at $80? This makes no sense.
I tried the other day. I did the exact same thing, and I was like, no, I need all of these.
Yep, it's just how it is. It's just how it is. But yes, we've got Harley Quinn and Elvira #1, a Mark Spears cover as a cover selection for this week. Speaking covers, let's look at this amazing incentive, dude. Creeping Below, issue #4, 1 in 25 incentive by Maria Wolf. I love Maria Wolf, man. I feel like I've said it way too much in the last couple of weeks because a lot of Maria Wolf covers have been popping up, and I'm like, man, Maria Wolf just hits, and I love the work. I just love the work. Neat 1 in 25 here.
Stole my thunder a little bit. I was gonna say, Maria's work has been popping up more and more on these shows the last couple of weeks, and flat out just had a conversation with my wife earlier talking about Maria Wolf and saying like, "Yo, look at this! Like, this person's becoming one of my new favorites. Like, anytime I see a new Maria Wolf cover, I'm obsessed. Like, I think they're unbelievably cool. I love the detail. I love, I love kind of how." I don't know. She just has this unique style, right? And you see it, and you immediately know, oh, that's Maria Wolf. I'm quickly moving up the ranks for me.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Ethan's in the chat saying Maria Wolf, in my opinion, is the best new cover artist of the past 5 years. Yep. I think Maria Wolf is absolutely incredible. I won't disagree with you. A lot of times I see Maria Wolf's work, and I'm like, man, I know most people want to bring a blank, right, to a con and get, sketches done or whatever it may be from an artist. I would love for Maria Wolf to, like, sketch me a tattoo, dude. Like, I love Maria Wolf's work, you know what I mean? And I get that vibe. I get that vibe.
Yeah, it does look like something I would slap on my arm, you know what I mean? Like, it definitely, it's got that vibe to it, and I love it. I think that's a really good point.
Yeah, not on your chest though, because you have that T-shirt, which eventually is gonna become a tattoo. We know that you're gonna do that, right?
Right, of course, absolutely.
There you go. But yes, 1 in 25 incentive for Creeping Below, issue #4 by Maria Wolf. Beautiful, beautiful cover. Up next though, guys, we all know Shubina's been on fire for the last couple of months, and here we have Disavowed #1, the 1 in 25 incentive. This one being by Massive Publishing, and dude, again, another incentive cover making the list. I guess we'll throw this into the cover selection category for tonight. But my God, again, Shubina hitting home run after home run, man. She's just on fire.
I like this one better than the other ones. The other ones we've looked at in the last week or so. I don't know, something about this one. It I don't know if it's the yellow. I'm a sucker for yellow covers. I like my favorite part of like my Superman collection is like the yellow colors in like the 70s that they used to use a lot for the backgrounds, and so like I just had this affinity for yellow covers. This is one of my favorite Shubina covers, and it's probably probably not a common opinion, maybe, I don't know, but I dig this a lot, a whole lot. If I can get this for a reasonable price, I'm gonna grab it.
Yeah, dude, it's such a great cover. But yes, Shubina doing amazing work, as you can see, even every week, even on New Comic Book Day, Shubina manages to squeeze her way into our conversation because yes, you can't avoid it. You just can't avoid it. Shubina's work is so good. But moving on from Disavowed number 1, guys, G.I. Joe, a Real American Hero, issue 321. I love this because the cover A right here, yes, very nice cover A. Of course, you gotta give credit. It's Andy Kubert, man. You can't go wrong with that. But it's also an all-new silent issue featuring Snake Eyes and Don Moreno, and you have Larry Hama on this. So, like, it doesn't get better than that, in my opinion, if you're a G.I. Joe fan.
Right. Yeah, Larry Hama, G.I. Joe, those two things go hand in hand, don't they? I'm loving all the G.I. Joe flavor we're getting here lately. We've talked about some of the silent issues and some of the variant covers that have been coming out, and now we even had the it's blanking me now, the 80s band covers that have come out.
Cold Slither.
Cold Slither, my God, I don't know. I wanted to call it Cold Silver, and I knew it wasn't right. Cold Slither.
I would have let you say it, and then
So I'm not. I'm tiptoeing now. I know. I gotta be on my P's and Q's with you, man. I got my head on a swivel. You're gonna take any shot you can get at this point.
You best believe
it. But no, this is great. I mean, you got, like I said, Larry Hama, just classic G.I. Joe writer here, and then you've also got the Andy Kubert cover. It's a great combination, and what else can you say? It's fantastic.
And moving on, though, from just the Andy Kubert cover, there's other amazing covers as well, because Chris Mooneyham does an amazing job with this one. This one is just badass, dude. It gives me
Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah, it kind of gives that vibe, right? It kind of gives that vibe.
Yeah, I agree. I actually like doing this. I like seeing books do this sometimes, where you take the cover A and you get a guest artist to do the cover A, and then you actually have the interior artist do one of the variants. I think that's cool. I think it's a little different. It's kind of unusual in some senses, and I think it's cool. I wish they would do that more often.
Yeah, but I think the cover that's gonna steal the show this week for G.I. Joe issue 321 of A Real American Hero is the Steve Beach cover. Oh my God, this is sick,
bro.
Oop, sorry. Go ahead.
No, go back. Yeah, leave it there. Right there. Let's just take a moment to admire this. Yeah. Steve Beach is crushing it right now, especially with these G.I. Joe covers. Oh my God, I love this so much, and I cannot buy any more incentives for a little while. You know why? I am off the incentives for a little bit. But if I was buying incentives, this might be the one this week, because this one's incredible.
Yeah, I unfortunately, Baker, had to miss that sale because obviously had other commitments at 9 o'clock. But yes, man, if there's any cover I wish to have this week when it comes to G.I. Joe, A Real American Hero 321, this Steve Beach cover is absolutely stunning. I love this. Something about it. The red pops, man. There's just, it's so good. So good.
Steve Beach is having a little bit of a run right now, and I'm loving it. Every single one that comes out, I'm just all about.
Yep. So here's an interesting one that's coming out this week, dude. It's Marian Heretic, number 1. It's an all-new series about a heretic nun witch hunter. Now, you got Tiny Howard on this one. There's some amazing covers as well. You all know for a fact somebody like Laura just might go crazy when they know that a Jenny Frison cover is available. And really cool. You also have it as a 1 in 20 incentive. It's 1 in 20, black and white. I get it. Cool. I actually like the color better, to be honest. You like the black and white?
I do. That's rare for me too, but I really like the black and white.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm usually the all color guy too, but this is sick. I like this. And when you showed the cover A coming at the beginning of all this, I immediately thought, man, it'd be cool to see a Jenny Frizen cover here. And less than 5 seconds later, I was like, this just feels like right in that comfort zone right there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's gonna be interesting. Yeah, I did say Tiny Howard, guys. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. But anyways, moving on from that because we know, he ain't tiny. Tiny, anyways. But yes, the story itself seems a little interesting. Like I'm not gonna lie, it kind of has me curious. I'm gonna give this first issue a read. But yeah, it's just,
This cover reminds me of, and maybe it's just the subject matter, but I think it's the coloring too. The cover kind of reminds me of Vatican City. You remember that came out a while back. It was
yes,
like the
Vatican
vampire.
City, dude.
Yeah, it looks kind of similar to that.
And it's
It
funny
kind of gives
because
me that vibe.
yeah, Vatican City immediately, like everybody was talking about how like this was screaming to be optioned type thing when it came out. So yeah, I definitely remember the hype behind that one.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, Marion Heretic #1 is on not on FOC on New Comic Book Day this week. So keep an eye out. I think the Frizen covers are great. Again, for myself, I prefer the trade. Travis prefers the Virgin. Either way, you can't go wrong with either of the two. Now, speaking monstrous covers, beautiful covers, yes, I think Puppeteer Lee just does not stop, dude. Doesn't stop. Something is killing the children. A monster hunter walks into a bar. Issue #1. This being the 1 in 25 incentive by Puppeteer Lee. And oh man, I know this is gonna cost you a little bit.
Does it count? Does it count towards my incentive buy if I'm not buying it for myself? Because then I'm still totally fine. Yeah, I don't know. This is gonna cost some money. This one's gonna hurt the wallet again. It's probably not gonna hurt as bad as the Elvis cover from last week, but it's gonna hurt the wallet a little bit. Yeah, this is fantastic, man. Puppeteer Lee never misses. This one's up there with that Suspiria cover you're sitting on right now.
Yep.
And might find yourself, shipping to the States at one point or another. But
We're actually, you know what? I'm also curious to see what this is going for already on the aftermarket. I think this one is definitely going to go for well over ratio price, but let's see. At the end of the list, we'll run through what is actually selling on the aftermarket right now. What are these books going for on pre-sales rather than, of course, they're only coming out tomorrow. So we'll check those, but yes, love this Puppeteer Lee cover so much. Throwing it back, yes, Spider-Man 94, issue #1, goes to a second printing, and we have the Ron Lim cover, which many appreciated as the first print with the trade. I felt it was amazing with the trade, but it was hiding Venom a little bit right there. I'm not a big fan, to be honest with you. This is just my opinion. And whatever everyone else thinks, to each their own, but I hate when Marvel tends to do this where they take a first printing cover and then makes it a Virgin as a second print. But it is appreciated, especially on some covers where it just, it works better. It does work better.
yeah, I feel like when you have a really great cover like this, and we've talked about this before. Like, I'm not the biggest fan of it either, right? But I understand why they do it, and that's fine. We've probably talked about that in circles, right? What's up, Alex? Yeah, like, okay, I get it. I get the idea. I get the idea that it's a lazy variant. I understand all that. But like this cover, where you have the trade, kind of like you said, sort of hiding Venom. Like, this is a cover where I want to see Venom. I want to see all of that. And so instead of making it like a 1 in 100, you get it to like a 1 in 25. Maybe, there's probably going to be plenty of orders for this. You probably won't have a hard time maybe getting a hold of this. So I don't necessarily hate this one. I think some covers, I'm okay with it.
Yeah, I think Ron Lim did a fantastic job paying homage to Ron Lim, because this cover, dude, really not only is it a great homage, but it really captures that the '90s Spider-Man cartoon vibe.
Yeah.
Like, Venom looks like he is straight from the cartoon, and it is so well executed.
Yeah, I mean, it looks literally like pulled right out. I mean, my son was watching this earlier today. It looks literally pulled out of that episode. Like, hey, Gabe, thank you. Yeah, so thank you. That's just another little punch to the wallet there. Looking forward to that.
Absolutely. Was your son watching it in Spanish again?
No. Well, no, he hadn't switched it to Spanish. He was watching Teen Titans Go in Spanish earlier.
Dude.
Whatever.
My kids do that sometimes, man.
He found out he found out how to change the audio to Spanish and was like, "Yo, I'm just
Yep.
watching TV in Spanish now. This is my life now."
Yeah, and what's funny is that when like my kids sometimes get the remote, they'll change to Netflix and like for some reason put the TV show in Spanish, and then when they hear somebody speak another foreign language, like it could be Italian, it could be Greek, it could be Portuguese, they're like, "Why is he speaking Spanish?" So to them, everything's Spanish. Everything is Spanish.
my,
That
my my son is starting he's also recognizing Spanish immediately. So like even if I say something dumb to my wife, like hola or something like that, he goes hey hello, and I'm
yeah.
like, yeah, that's what it means.
Amazing,
That's what
amazing.
it
Yo,
means, dude.
Telemundo, Telemundo. Yeah.
Telemundo.
Yeah, dude. Anyways, I could go on forever about all these channels that my parents used to watch. Dude, my mom watched so many soap operas in Spanish. But anyways, let's move on because up next we've got Exquisite Corpses #1 going to a 4th printing, guys. Very impressive here. Because look, this is the first issue and it is a hit series. I can't stress it enough. Exquisite Corpses has been absolutely amazing. I get so excited every time a book is dropping that week. There's the polybagged ones that I'm also collecting because they come with trading cards that are going to be playable by the time the entire run is complete. So with the trading cards inside, you get to play with this, and you can play with the cards, etc. And that alone is pretty cool. Now, the actual book itself, absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. Another Tynion book that is coming out right now. And if you guys have missed out on the first, the second, and third printing, this is a great opportunity just to pick it up for the sake of read, man. And you know what? Something I say all the time, whether we want to hear this or not, a lot of people get kind of tired of these later prints. And what ends up happening, they fade out. They tend to not want to pick up the books. That's a great time to pick up the book.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. I mean, the later prints. I remember first getting into comics. I would always just be like, oh yeah, whatever, later prints. And then I got wise to it. You know what I mean? I was like, oh, I'm gonna start picking these up. And unfortunately, Exquisite Corpses was one that I missed on the first run. I had to pick up a later printing of it. Now I've since gotten the first issue in a cover A, but I've been picking these up too. And man, I'm kicking myself on the polybag. I had a chance to pick every one of those up, and I've been skipping them, and now I'm kind of having that FOMO, so I'm gonna have to try and track those down because I just like the idea of it.
Yeah, you got to. But yes, if you guys missed out on the read, definitely pick up the 4th print because I'm telling you, this is such a great series going on right now. But moving on from Exquisite Corpses, check this out, guys. Heavy Metal Magazine #3. Of course, you thought we were only talking about Shubina once tonight. Nah, that's not the case. We've got Shubina again because we have this cover that was limited to only 2,000 copies for Heavy Metal Magazine issue #3. And these were allocated, dude. So, a lot of people didn't even get these. A lot of shops didn't even get these. I saw some shops, some of the big shops. I'll give you an example. I was checking out Midtown earlier today, and they limit this book to 1 per customer. It is a $19.99 book, so just putting it out there, it's a $20 book. Yes, expensive, but because of the allocations, you've got a Shubina cover, this one being now limited. I think this is going to be a book to keep an eye out for this week.
For sure. Yeah, if you can get it and it's in your wheelhouse and you can afford it, I think this is probably an easy one. I don't have a lot of heavy metal, but I certainly would not pass this up if I'm sitting there looking at it. It's sweet. It's so cool. Yeah. What else can you say? Shubina's on fire.
I got to give a shout out to my shop, Comic Legion, because they locked me down a copy. And yeah, man, I really hope you guys, if you did pre-order this, get it, do get it. And I hope your shops actually got it because, yes, they were allocated. So best of luck to everybody who's trying to grab one. Keep an eye out for it. If you see it on the shelf, just know that, I'm almost certain, especially that it's a Shubina cover. This is probably going to go for a little bit of a premium, but we'll check after. Yeah. I don't know. Let's see how the pre-sales are doing once we end this list. Now, speaking amazing books coming out this week, guys, we have a big change happening here. That's right. We are transforming. Transformers issue 25. What do I mean by what I'm saying? The cover A right here is a wonderful cover by none other than David Nakayama, but Now Robert Kirkman is going to be hopping on here with Dan Mora, and this is an oversized anniversary issue. I'm so excited about this.
I mean, it's been so good up to now, and now you're, usually you get kind of nervous about. You get kind of this is great. Usually you get kind of nervous about a creative team change, right? I mean, you really get into a book and they're like, all right, well, we're changing the creative team, and you're like, oh God, what can we expect? Man, you want to talk about no fear whatsoever, handing this over to Kirkman and then having Mora do the interiors. Get out. Like, I'm done. I have been buying every issue of this book. It is consistently on my pull list every week.
Yeah.
I'm beyond stoked about this, man. This is so good.
Yeah, there's everything about this book that has me excited. Like I said, Robert Kirkman, guys, Void Rivals, the entire Energon universe is stuff you hear me say oftentimes, whether you're watching on my show on Sundays or you're hearing me here. The Energon universe is something that they are cooking just so perfectly. It is so good. You got Void Rivals, you got the G.I. Joe stuff happening, a Cobra Commander. There's a lot happening in this Energon universe, and the Transformers run has been literally incredible. Now with Robert Kirkman hopping on, you got Dan Mora hopping on. This is, look, I just spoke about Robert Kirkman and David Finch last night. You all know how I feel about Dan Mora. I am so excited about this. I think as, comic readers, guys, we are eating good. It is a good time to be a reader, dude, to be a comic fan. There's a lot of good stuff coming out.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, when this series dropped, I was so excited about the Transformers move to Image, and having Daniel Warren Johnson working on it, who is someone I really respect. I really think a lot of, just incredible creator, and have enjoyed every bit of this run so far, and knowing that it was eventually going to come to an end. Like I said, it makes you a little nervous, but is there anybody in that building you'd rather hand this series over to than someone like Kirkman? Probably not. I mean, there's some great writers over there, but you're talking about handing an IP like this over to somebody, and you hand it over to Kirkman. Yeah, sign me up, man. Let's roll with it. I don't even care. I'm on board.
And Kirkman is heavily involved in everything happening with the Energon universe. So yeah, man. Dude, how many books last 25 issues without a restart? That is a great question. They changed the team, and there is no restart happening here. So I love this. The Energon universe is continuing to roll out in great ways, and you saw what I did there. Yes, the pun was intended for once. And yeah, I can't wait. Now, besides this awesome Nakayama cover, which I'm really happy for Nakayama to have the opportunity to be the cover A right here for Transformers issue 25, but the 1 in 100 incentive by Jay Lee, man. And Jay Lee's work is I want to say that the work is just, when you see the cover, it's a Jay Lee cover, right?
Yeah.
There's very few Jay Lee covers where I came across and I was like, no, that's not Jay Lee. And one of them being Sentry #1. Like, yes. I was like, no, it can't be. And lo and behold, it is Jay Lee. But this Transformers 1 in 100 incentive, I love this, dude. I love Jay Lee's work, and a great cover right here.
Absolutely. I think my first intro to Jay Lee was the Batman Superman series from like the early 2010s. When he was doing all that cover art, and he did some of the Phantom Stranger covers in the New 52 as well, and they were really good. They really stuck out to me. But I this one did not immediately register to me as a Jay Lee cover. Then I read it, and then once you read it, you see it. It's one of those things, right? Like, I didn't immediately think, oh, Jay Lee. I saw this and I was like, oh, this is a great cover. And then I saw Jay Lee and I was like, oh, I see it now. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Is this 1 in 100 does it have the trade dress on it for the 1 in 100?
Yeah, it does.
Does that bother you, or would you rather have this in a version, or do you like
Look,
it?
Personally, as a collector, I prefer trades at all times. The only time I really hate trades is when I'm buying a cover where it's like you have Magic on the cover and I'm buying Amazing Spider-Man issue 35. Like, that doesn't make sense to me, right? Like,
sure.
That's the only time the trades really bother me. But otherwise, I don't know. There's just something about trades, etc., that I just really, really enjoy. But it's okay. You know what I mean? Like, for a 1 in 100 incentive, I know some people are not a fan to see the trade there.
Yeah, I guess that answers my question. Like, it wouldn't deter you seeing like this book. If this
No,
was a book you had to have, and you saw that trade on there for a 1/100, it wouldn't turn you away or anything. Okay, cool. I was just curious about that because I know everybody. It's different, right? Like it's different for everyone.
yeah.
And for me, I also prefer the trade dress. I always like to see that on there. And yeah, it's just interesting. I always question I ask people like, these rare variants. Do you
Yeah.
like the virgin cover or not? Yeah.
Jeffrey, do me a favor. Take 2 slices of sliced bread. You slap one side with peanut butter. You slap the other side with Nutella. You mesh that together. Enjoy, my man. Enjoy, my man. I promise. It's good. But anyways, moving on from Transformers 25, guys. Oh, baby. DCKO #1 is coming out this week. That's right. And here we've got the first issue of a new DC comic event. Acetate cover right here. That, I mean, yes, people want to pick up the acetate, but this right here, of course, the polybag variant that contains one of 17 foil variants. Now, we saw all kinds of buzz happening over the weekend. Yes, some people not playing nice. They're opening the packs prior to the street date. We should not be doing that, that's for sure. But I know a lot of people are really, really excited to be picking up these blind bags. There's, a lot of great covers that are available here. I'm actually excited with and super appreciative of the fact that because of the concept of this book, they collaborated. They collaborated with AEW. AEW is a wrestling company as well, and you've got covers that even feature wrestlers, dude, like with Lobo and stuff. Like I'm so pumped about that. I did pre-order those. I'm not gonna lie.
So, what's up, Izzy? So I gotta be honest. We talked about. I know Transformers is a big book for everybody this week. Personally, just for me, like you guys have heard my opinions long enough to know that this should not surprise you. I am the most excited as a reader, like as a comic reader, for this week. I am so ready for this. This is gonna just hit all the fanboy chords for me. I'm here for this. DCKO is something I'm super excited about. I don't even care if it's good. It's gonna be fun. So,
Steve, I agree with you, but no, Kevin Owens is not going to be anywhere close to this.
wouldn't that be incredible though?
Yeah.
Just to have Kevin Owens just cut a promo on somebody, anybody, like Hal Jordan or anybody. I don't even care. Just have him cut a promo on somebody.
When you finally get to the page that features Kevin Owens, it kind of does like the Transformers thing. It plays this theme song, the banana.
Yeah.
That would be amazing. But yeah, no, DCKO is one that I'm super excited to read. Now, of course, there's multiple covers that are going to be available within the blind bags. But if you didn't pick up the blind bags, there are also some covers that are in the blind bags available as regular covers. They're not foils, but it's a good alternative if you just like the covers as they are. One of them being the Mark Spears cover depiction of Darkseid. Very nice, but I really think Jim Lee hit a home run with this one. I love this.
God almighty. I love them both, but man, I think you're right. I think this Jim Lee is fire. It really is. My God, I don't even know what to say.
Yeah.
Gabe, I get it. I get being skeptical. My thing is that zero expectations. I'm here to have fun with this one. That's like some events I go into and I'm like, they need to get this right. This event, I'm going into it like, I don't care if they get it right. I'm just gonna have fun.
You know what, man? I feel like Scott Snyder has been on fire with everything he's been touching as of late. Like I'm talking right now. Scott Snyder has been dropping bangers. So I do have faith. I'm gonna give it a read. Like I said, I'm gonna have fun with this, like you said as well. And I think DCKO is gonna be a good time. The covers thing, the blind bag thing. Man, as you saw already, people were going nuts on the aftermarket, on other platforms as well. And who knows, man? Who knows where some of these sales end up? But I mean, look, there's no harm in having fun with the blind bags, right? Like if you just want to pick one up and see what random book you get, great. Like, dude, I picked up a few of the not a few. I picked up 2 copies of the Batman one, the blind bag, and I only opened one. I'm still actually waiting to receive the second one, but I opened one and I think I got the Jim Lee. So
I picked up two of the Battle Beast blind bag, and I got the Marvel Team Up cover and a blank copy of Battle Beast. I didn't even get a copy of. I didn't get a covered copy of Battle Beast at all out of
that's
my two
hilarious.
blind bags.
That's so funny. But yeah, man, I'm excited for the actual event. I'm excited to give this a read. Gabe, yes, that is one of the biggest selling points for me here. One, the concept of this sounds really fun. I cannot wait to read this. But at the same time, Snyder being involved here, I think we're in for a good time. There was actually previews that were available online as well. So go check out those first couple of pages, guys. I'm telling you, it looks like it's not going to disappoint.
I
DCKO.
I scoffed at the Batman Who Laughs when it first came out, or
Yeah,
when it was pitched. I was like, that sounds ridiculously. I don't. I'm not. This is not going to be good. I loved it. It was
yep,
so good. So
exactly.
so
That's very fair to say, man. Yeah, I agree. But DCKO number one is coming out this week. Oh boy, guys, brace yourselves for this one. Transformers for me is one of the big ones. That Shubina Heavy Metal magazine is another big one. The DCKO stuff is a big one. Absolute Batman issue 13 is going to be a big one. We knew about the first full appearance and cover of Absolute Catwoman that was coming out this week. Here being the cover A, but nobody saw this coming, and we are getting the first appearance of Absolute Harley Quinn within this. I can confirm this because I did see it. I showed it off on my show on Sunday, and it is very interesting. I mean, I don't want to give too much of a spoiler here, but the Harley Quinn that we've known our entire lives is totally different. It is not the Harley Quinn that we are all used to knowing here. Nothing at all Harley Quinn, and she is a leader of a certain something. I'm gonna leave it at that. So I'm excited. It was amazing to see this. Like I said, kind of left field, but at the same time, we did get teasers, right? Snyder did make it very clear. We're gonna be getting Absolute Joker now in the upcoming issues, right? In full form. So did they insert Harley Quinn on purpose? I don't know.
I don't know either. If I did, I probably wouldn't say anyway. But this is exciting. I admittedly not the biggest Harley Quinn fan that you will find out here. Like Harley, um, maybe for the first time ever or in a very long time, I am absolutely stoked about a Harley Quinn appearance. I am absolutely just through the roof about this. And it's just because the direction they have taken these characters has very. I don't think that I could say that any of them have been a miss so far. I've been just thrilled with everything, start to finish. So,
Yep.
yeah, this is exciting. This is probably like if I take the fanboy out of it and I say I'm just going to ignore DCKO coming out this week. This is my book of the week. This is the one I'm grabbing. You know, I've already got it on the pull, but I'm going to grab more copies if I can, and give them to people. Like I don't even care. Like give them to people. Like go read this book. This is gonna be fun. It's gonna be a good time.
It is one that people absolutely must read. It is just a wonderful series that is going on right now. The Absolute Universe has been great. But yes, I'm happy that some of you who didn't know here in the chat or some of you catching the replay, definitely keep an eye out because, everybody loves Harley Quinn. This is a whole different take on Harley Quinn so far from what I've seen. So I'm excited now to learn more about Harley Quinn as we're literally just about to get Absolute Joker. So I don't know if that was inserted purposely because now we're about to we're literally getting Joker very soon. We've gotten Joker in tidbits here and there. They've thrown us crumbs, but Harley Quinn is here. Catwoman's here. Everybody's starting to make their way, and we know that just a little bit of information as well. What's up and coming afterwards? Scarecrow is around the corner as well. That's another talk that we've been seeing online as well. So it's good times ahead, man. It's gonna be really cool to see all these different universe versions. The Absolute Universe.
It's such a robust rogues gallery for Batman that it feels like, you know, the opportunities are pretty endless right now for them to really take these characters in an interesting direction. I mean, characters that are already very interesting, but just to take them in new directions and in
Yep.
different directions.
Exactly. But guys, it doesn't end there. You know, we have some art germ variants as well that are available this week. Not on the slides, but I do want to put it out there. There's also a Jenny Frison cover that is available for Absolute Batman 13. There is a ton, and I mean a ton of exclusives that are also available for New York Comic Con. That are for Absolute Batman 13, which kind of scares me a little bit when it comes to you know, some values, etc. But at the same time, it is what it is. There's the Nakayama variant as well that is available this week for Absolute Batman issue 13. And of course, to the left-hand side, yes, we have the art germ in a regular cover B variant, but then you have the foil option as well, as you can see on the right-hand side. But if you did like that cover A and you want to get it in a virgin, well, you have the 1 in 50 incentive as well. That is available for this one.
I love all of Nick Drago's work on this series. I love all of the covers. This one is up there as one of the better covers for the series. So, certainly would be one to keep an eye out for in the Virgin variant. I think it's a great cover.
Yeah. Dude, I agree with you. I agree with you. So those are pretty much the books that I really think are going to be ones to keep an eye out for, that we think are the ones to keep an eye out for this week. But let's take a look, man. Let's see how they're doing on the aftermarket already as pre-sales, guys. That's right. You know how people do it. They get their books, they're pre-selling, some even opening blind bags, even though they shouldn't be. But besides the point, let's check out
Stop doing that.
website.
Stop it.
No, I'm not gonna. We go to the Cover Price website. Okay, just scroll down to new releases, and there's some cool filters that we can use, etc., to see just how these are doing on the aftermarket at the moment. So, with that being said, we've got October 8th that is loading up as we speak. I'm not using dial-up. I promise you guys. I promise.
So yeah, while we're waiting, do we think that I'm going to send you a message like within 12 hours of this show and saying that I've done something dumb and bought one of these incentives?
Absolutely.
Because that's what happened last time. It was less than 12 hours and I texted you that.
When do you not do something dumb?
That's
Travis?
true. It's every day of my life. Every
Exactly.
day of my life.
Now, of course, it took some time to load up because there's a lot of the New York Comic Con variants that are already selling. And as you guys could see, I did mention to you that Absolute Batman issue 13 has several. That disavowed 1 in 25 run your mint $125. Dude,
Wow.
that is probably the highest selling right now of what is coming out for New York. Not New York, sorry, for regular New Comic Book Day.
Do you see that weird almost connecting between that one and the Pin Apocalypse, the other Sveta that's right next to it?
I feel like it's very unintentional right there.
I think it's unintentional, but it looks really close, like eerily close. That's crazy. Yeah, I just noticed that. I would never have noticed it had they not been sitting right next to each other, but that's pretty crazy.
Yeah. But yeah, dude, the 1 in 25 of that disavowed number one is already at $125. My God, that is a huge sale.
Is it COVID season again because we're getting a Tyler Kirkham a battle damage variant?
Oh man, yeah, dude.
I love. By the way, I love these variants. I'm not talking trash. I love the Tyler Kirkham battle damage variants. I just remember it felt like every week, like during COVID, we were getting a new battle damage variant every single week.
It did, man. And you know what? During that time of our lives, like all we saw was a lot of variants, exclusives.
I have a stack of them. I love them. They're fantastic. I just immediately saw that and was like, holy cow. But I love. I hate. I don't want to say hate. I don't hate, but convention exclusives are hard for me because I don't tend to get them very often, but I really love that Godtell variant right there at the end, the Absolute Batman on the far right. Like that one's incredible.
Yeah,
it's so good.
So very quickly, guys, I want to run through it because you know we don't want to stay here too long. But we do have Philip Tan with the Batman #1 in a slab 9/8 selling at $700 pre-sale. That's wild, man. And that is available at New York Comic Con. Of course, the Shubina Beyond Wednesdays, Dave Stevens homage, really neat cover, but $300. Dear Lord, that is some heavy coin right there. I said it before. The Absolute Batman issue 13 is gonna have several exclusives as well for New York Comic Con. And look, you've got one right here, which is the Talavera 616 Comics, and it is in a 9/8 already selling at $106. You brought up the COVR'ing one, of course. You brought up, dude, Godtail is another artist that I'm just absolutely loving so much. Godtail's work is so good, so good. The Absolute Batman one, issue 13, is great. But do yourselves a favor. If you're not familiar with Godtail, get very familiar, guys. Like, Godtail is doing some great stuff. There's another Mark Brooks cover as well for Absolute Batman issue 13. Shubina stuff continues to pour out of the New York Comic Con stuff, because you even have this Cherry. Yeah, Cherry 24. That's a cool cover. Boobies. Yeah, Will Jack. There you go. Ron Yearman. $75. Transformers, we were talking about this Jay Lee one. $80 is what we're seeing for Raw Near Mint at the moment. Rose Besh cover for Exquisite Corpses issue 6, already selling at 80. Yeah,
that's
dude,
a fantastic cover. The next
85. It's trippy. I just want to open this up, man. This is very trippy.
Yeah, that's wonderful.
Oh, okay, so this is in a mystery pack, is what I'm gathering here. Yeah, look, it says Top Shelf Comic Mystery Pack, blue and pink version, limited to 200. So yeah, if you guys, look, another Absolute Batman issue 13,
Rose Besh.
Yep, more.
Wow.
Yep, dude, Rose Besh does great work. Something about Rose Besh, the colors, dude. That Rose Besh.
That Department of Truth is fantastic.
Yeah,
in the middle.
The West Virginia Mothman.
Why is he ripped and wearing trunks?
Oh dear Lord.
Why? I don't know, but I love this. Is fantastic.
Yep.
That's the wildest thing.
This needs to be a t-shirt. This needs to be a t-shirt.
It's just the Mothman with the body of, like, Macho Man Randy Savage. Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah. Gabe, this is what I was referring to, man. It does have the possibility of doing such a thing, and that's what it is. It's an homage to the old world news magazines. So there you go. But yeah, dude, I think it's a great cover. It looks so good. Again, more, of course, these ones being the COVR'ing. J. Scott Campbell, man, the Amazing Spider-Man Renew Your Vows cover that exploded, is being redone. This one, I believe, is going to be a foil. Is this the, like, La Mole covers type thing, or Mexican version foil reprint? Okay, limited to 1,000. Pretty cool. I mean, I really like that cover in general. So now that they're doing that, I guess if you like the cover, you could pick that up. So many covers. Oh my god.
Cover.
Another Akira homage. You know, that was inevitable. Dude, this cover came out and literally passed right through. It was Poison Ivy issue 37. Nathan Zerdy. It was available for like a $5.99 book. And now it's a New York Comic Con exclusive. Obviously, they're changing colors and limiting it to, I think, 1,000, somewhere around there. Let me check.
Venom? Let me do 1,000. Dead on. That Momoko cover right there might be one of my favorite Momoko covers I've seen in a very long time. I love this. Wow.
Yeah. Pretty cool. I don't know. The side eye is kind of scaring me.
It kills me. I don't know. I just love this. It's fantastic. I'm not getting it, but it's fantastic.
Yeah.
I just struggle. I struggle to get my hands on these variants sometimes. At least at a price that I love. Yeah, that's a glare right there, man. Like, you said something wrong. Something wrong, definitely.
Yeah, it's usually my wife gives me the same look when I make a dad joke every single time. Every single time. Dragotta right here for Batman #1. That's a pretty cool cover. Yeah, we're seeing a lot of New York Comic Con stuff for today, unfortunately. Well, not unfortunately. It's cool that we're going to run through this to see what they're going for already on the aftermarket. But it's overshadowing a lot of the new
New
comic book
comic
day
book day
stuff.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's totally understandable because these are all hitting. The Department of Truth one with the assassination right there of Kennedy, dude. Wow.
Yeah, that's an amazing cover. This Department of Truth issue 0 variant wise has been one of the better, I think, one of the better releases in a series that's had a lot of really good releases, especially when it comes to variant covers. This Department of Truth issue 0 has really just it's hit. It's doing all the right things right now. Every cover I just absolutely loved. I know you got the one Elvis cover, and I ended up getting the other one, and then like this one here, God, the Kennedy for president posters blowing in the wind. It's just so good. It's
Yeah.
so good.
Very well done. Very well done. I would love to open this EOM cover. I don't know if I'm gonna get in trouble if I do, but oh my, that's a very cheeky one. I like this Arita cover right here, man, of Batman #1. It's pretty interesting because, like, at a
Different.
quick glance, I got like Mark Spears vibes very fast, and
A
now
little
that I
bit.
open it, yeah,
A
now that I
little bit,
open it, I
yeah.
can see it's definitely not. But yeah, pretty
Yeah,
cool
I
cover
like
right
it.
there. What else? Department of Truth, another nice cover. Del
There's our
Auto.
Delauto Doom that we've been seeing bouncing around.
Yeah. Oh, look at that. The Adam
Yeah,
Hughes 1
there it
100.
is. Yeah,
Yeah, we're
look, it's
falling
going
into
for
new comic book day
40
territory.
$44 on that one. That's not bad. And then the
Yo, so hold on. Laura Kinney Sabretooth, guys. The 1 in 50 Virgin by Villalobos is also available as a trade, so another alternative. I picked up the Villalobos because I just love the work. And
sure.
yeah, really cool cover.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
All right,
Yeah.
all right. So,
Yeah, it's definitely getting. Hey now, look at that. Then we got a Star
look
Trek.
right there.
We got a Sulu a photo cover on a Voyager magazine. Now that is a deep cut for anybody that's watched Voyager. Holy moly! Sulu was on one episode of the 6 or 7 seasons of Star Trek Voyager. One
That is hilarious.
single episode.
Jeffrey saying, I'll be sure to be ready for a Monday O for Abyss with all the New
Yeah,
York Comic Con variants.
yeah.
Most probably, dude. Um, I don't see it making the shakers, but definitely top tens. I'm expecting to see a few from New York Comic Con. That is pretty much inevitable at this point.
That last Starship variant is also great too, just for personal love. I absolutely love that one.
I'm not surprised. You know, it's so funny, dude. I was out earlier and I went to buy my kids their birthday stuff because it's their birthday parties. Yes, both my kids' birthday parties this weekend. And when I went to the party shop, I saw Halloween costumes and they had so many Star Trek costumes. I'm like, really? Is this a thing? Like, is like,
It's starting to ramp back up. It's getting some popularity. We got a couple new series coming out, and yeah, it's it's never not been popular, but they're really flexing their muscles. Finally, a book I have. Well, I don't have physically, but I did secure one, so
yeah.
had to
So
get it. Too
this is
good.
actually Laura and Ant over at Bird City. They're going to be at New York Comic Con this weekend as well. And that being said, I do want to remind you guys, if you are going to New York Comic Con and you do want to go say hi to Laura, say hi to Anthony and the whole crew of Bird City, of course, you can go check them out at booth 4452. That's right. Tell them Lando says hi because they've Laura, I don't get to chill with them anymore. I barely get to see Gabe. Breaks my heart, but I did get to see him Sunday, and that meant the world to me. So yeah, but yes, lots of amazing stuff available this weekend, of course, over at New York Comic Con as well. Woo, Nathan Zerdy, what's going on? I like that one. Yes,
That one's that
absolutely.
one's that one's on brand for Nathan Zerdy for sure.
Yeah, but all right. So the Shubina cover is saying $20. I saw somebody in the chat earlier saying that they saw a sale already at 80. So let's see. This is gonna update again for sure by tomorrow, and we'll see other sales, etc., as they pour in. So yeah, good times ahead. It's a big week. If you guys are tuning in now on the replay as you're headed to your shops, we are happy that you're tuning in prior because we just want to make sure you know before you go. Lots of great stuff, of course, for this week. So keep an eye out. Hit up your LCSs. You know what's pretty much happening. I'm excited, dude. Lots of good reads this week.
Yeah, it's a great week. I mean, just 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 for the reading. Like, and
Yeah.
that's not always the case. You know what I mean? Like, you might have a couple books that you're really excited to read. This week, it's a stack, and we don't get weeks like this very often. So this is an exciting week.
Yep, exactly. But that being said, it is also puck drop. That's right, hockey is now back as of tonight. So with that being said, this happy Canuck is gonna go watch some hockey. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Chat, we absolutely love you guys. Those of you who showed up live to tune in and check out what's dropping for Wednesday, tomorrow night. Dude, I can't thank you enough. So really means a lot to us. Hit up your LCSs, go support your LCSs, and yeah, man. Let us know what you guys pick up. Tag us, comment below, man. We want to know. We want to see what it is that you guys are reading. All right.
For sure.
Don't forget as well, tomorrow night, Matt and John come back for Comics Covered. And then on Thursday night, we've got Marty, we've got Gabe, we've got Chris, and we've got JB returning on hosting duties to bring you guys the Shaker Show, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. So have yourselves a great rest of the evening. Those of you catching the replay, have a great day. I will see you all next week. Adios.
Let's go, Canes.
No.